Good morning, guys. Thank you guys for joining this morning. I hope everybody had a good weekend. And let's get this started. It's a beautiful morning here, downtown Naples. Everything looks beautiful so far. So let's go check it out. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Virginia. Good morning, Stephanie, Karen, Suzanne, Ann. Good morning, Mike. Good morning to all you guys. It's beautiful out here this morning. I mean, beautiful. Oh, wow. Sailboat. Looks like it's anchored over there. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Gail. Scott. Good morning, Scott. Eileen. And everybody, good morning. Thank you guys for joining this morning. Good morning, Sandy. You know where I'm at, Sandy. If you're out. If not, no big deal. Good morning, Eileen, Claudine. It's gorgeous, guys. Good morning, Rita. I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like, this getting an earlier start, it's been good for me because it's not so hot out. Good morning, Sabine from Germany. And you guys can see the sea grapes are starting to bloom. So I'm gonna walk down to the water real quick. As you guys know, can't go down there long because once the sun hits the glass of the phone, it starts to heat it up and shut it down. But you know what? I can walk in there's a nice shadow over here that goes down to the water. Good morning, Colleen. Being this early, the palm tree shadows are down near the water. So I can walk down here and still be in the shade for a few minutes at least. Oh, Scott says those are not the sea grapes. Well, that shows how much I know. Because all that I know about the sea grapes is what Scott told me. So the water, guys, is crystal clear. Holy moly, it's beautiful again. Which is really nice to see. The big round leaves of the sea grapes. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha, Scott. Thank you. So, guys, if you guys saw the post I put up on Friday, you'll know that a new report came out. Not just an updated report, but a brand new report on the red tide. And man, it's like so exciting to see that Collier County is really starting to reduce its red tide levels. Overall, as an average, Collier County has up to 25% less red tide than it did a week ago. And Lee County has, on average, more than a 25% reduction. So things are starting to get really nice. The fish are back. You can see them in the water from the pier. The dolphins are back. The manatees are back. The birds are back. The pelicans are back. And then one really noticeable thing is the water is beautiful. And there's no sense of red tide in the air. It's just beautiful. I mean, this is a gorgeous morning. I can say this is one of the most beautiful mornings we've had in a while. So it's really exciting. And even an article was put in the Naples Daily News yesterday about how while out on the pier, there were no signs of red tide. So really good news, guys. We have a sailboat offshore. It is so much cooler out. I wasn't sure if it was just because it was early, Sandy, But I noticed it when I got out here to the beach this morning. First thing I noticed was how it's really not hot out. And I know it's early, but it feels cooler in general. Hi, Carol. Hi, Tony. Hi, Gail. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm glad that I'm out here early enough where I can come down to the water. Good morning, Cindy. It's a gorgeous morning, Janet. So here's the thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. So, oh yeah, we got some pelicans. Yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful day, guys. Hey guys, so we're gonna start doing a little bit more on our YouTube channel. We're gonna start trying to grow our YouTube channel. And so if you guys could do us a big favor and go to youtube.com and search Naples Photo Blog and look through some of our videos, give them a thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button. Hitting that subscribe button will notify you guys whenever we post a new video. Right now we have just under 120 subscribers, and we really want to grow that. So if you guys could help us out big time and go to youtube.com and click subscribe on that. It's free. All the even though it says subscribe, it's free. All the subscription does is notifies you with a little alert on YouTube. Whenever you go to YouTube, it'll give you a little alert. And even if you don't want to subscribe, if you can just watch those videos, get the numbers up on them, and hit the thumbs up on those. That tells YouTube that to prioritize us a bit. And one thing we're going to start trying to do, probably even this week, so it's important to subscribe, is we're going to start doing lives over there. Not all of them, not even most. We're going to do most of our morning lives like we always do. But there's going to be periodic lives that we do from YouTube. There's some advantages to using YouTube that I'm hoping Facebook will incorporate. But as of now, we're really trying to expand our social footprint in the Naples area. And so it would be really important to us to get that YouTube channel kind of going. So if you guys could do that, it would be greatly appreciated. And we're going to be putting some stuff on there too that we wouldn't put on here, trying to build up that database of content. And then also we're going to be putting our lives. So the morning lives and the evening lives, as we do our lives, I'm going to convert them over and post them on Facebook as well. So trying to get as much content sort of in a not a directory, but kind of a directory over there. So that would be greatly appreciated for any subscription pushing you guys could do over there, as well as the liking and the sharing. So check out these clouds, guys. This is beautiful. And last night I did a time lapse of storm clouds coming through town. I wish I had my camera doing it right now. Hello, June. Hello, Jackie. So check out all the sand dollars, these little tiny sand dollars. I don't see any fish on the beach, which is a good sign. Good morning, Bean. And I'm really enjoying these storms. We've had some really good storms the last few days. And I love the storms here. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm glad you enjoyed that. And that chair belongs to Beachcomber Dave. That chair right there. So Dave's out taking a swim, it seems. Good morning, Suzanne from Orlando, the land of Mickey Mouse. There are so many Little sand dollars in the water. They're all brown, so they're all dead, it looks. I mean, I know that they're not naturally beautifully white, but they don't look, it looks like they're just dead. Maybe they're not though. They're different, they're like a orange, not a normal gray. But there's a lot of them. The water is really clear. Good morning, B from New York. Thank you, Tony, for subscribing to our YouTube channel. It means a lot, guys, because we're going to really try and grow that. B in New York. Steve, good morning from Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah, Sandy, they're not the normal brown color, though. I know the brown color that they normally are, but maybe they're fine, but they're different looking. But they probably are live. I know nothing about this stuff. Bean, I guess Larry's doing good. I saw him about a week ago, but I haven't been to the beach in this spot very much. This is sort of Larry's spot, and I think I'm a little early for him. But he seems to be doing very well. Thank you very much for asking about him. Rosemary says it's raining on Cape Cod. We have some friends up in Cape Cod right now. They spent the whole summer up there. They have a home up there, actually. So some of our good friends from Naples here, they go up there every summer, and they have a home in Cape Cod. So Elizabeth's asking if it's okay to swim. Well, here's what I would say. And I thought about this weekend. So here's what I would say. Until the red tide signs are gone, which they're not gone, they're still here. Until the red tide signs are gone, I wouldn't swim. Are there people swimming? Yeah, there's a lot of people swimming, guys. The water's, during the middle of the day, there'd be people all out here in the water. So theoretically, I think it's safe, but they're not gonna take the signs down until the samples come back showing 0 red tide. I don't know that the red tide is at a dangerous level, but just my personal preference, I wouldn't go in the water until the sign is taken down. But the beach is beautiful. Air, and to your question, Elizabeth, about the air is beautiful. It is a beautiful day out here. If you guys hear me clearing my throat, it's not the red tide. It's not anything in the air. It's a little thing I've been fighting for about a week. I actually have not been sick. It's just been this little tiny cough that I've been hoping doesn't get worse, and it hasn't. So just want to clarify that it is not red tide. The air is beautiful. It smells completely fresh out here. Very, very nice. Hi, Shirley from Laley. Well, Shirley, you could come out here too. You're close. You're close. You're right in town. Thank you, Carol, for subscribing over there. I'm going through your comments, guys. Good morning, Paulina. Paulina is a follower of Naples Photoblog who I had the pleasure of meeting twice now over at the pier. Good morning to my mother. Yeah, Scott, there's thousands of these things. Good morning, Fred. And regarding the red tide samples, as another really sign of good news, the samples, and I posted this on the page, I think Friday, the latest report that came out shows that while there is red tide in areas, it has been reduced, and there are actually places here in Collier County that were testing for red tide that now show none. So yeah, this one's definitely good. Well, I can't go in the water. I got my shoes on. I didn't want to walk on the beach barefoot because I'd heard from a couple people who come down here a lot saying just to be careful because a lot of the dead fish that had been on the beach, whenever you see a fish kill, you should try to use caution walking barefoot for a little while after that, because you never know. And if you've been to a restaurant, you can understand, or if you've ever eaten fish, heck, forget restaurants. If you've ever eaten fish, you can understand the severity of or the sharpness of a fish bone. And so I'm taking some advice from somebody who is down here every morning, in that if there's a fish kill, for a while after the fish kill, you should use caution in walking barefoot on the beach. Yeah, I knew those were dead, but there's some in the water that I'm just not gonna have a chance to get unless... Here's one that just got washed up, but it's not, so it's wet. It's definitely dead. It's not moving at all. I did not see that, Scott. If you can find that, send that in a message. Yeah, we'll all have different opinions on what caused this red tide. We'll all have different opinions. It is a fact that red tide is a naturally occurring phenomenon, but it's also a fact that it can be exacerbated by polluted water. And I think we've had the perfect storm, so to speak, of both things. It is beautiful out this morning. This is probably the most beautiful morning that I can say I've experienced probably since the heat of summer kicked in. It's already warming up a bit. I can feel it, but yeah, definitely those rains overnight gave us some cool weather this morning. One thing I want to do a live on, and I might do it on the Facebook page, I mean on the YouTube page this week, is I want to do the over by the depot. I noticed this weekend at the depot, the Naples depot, the train depot, that the Holocaust Museum train car is on display. And they don't have it out there all the time. I think maybe once a year. And I don't know how long, so if anybody knows the date of the schedule of that, let me know. But I may go over there. Thank you, Ann, I appreciate that. I may go over there and do a live on YouTube of the Holocaust train car. It is authentic, it was restored, but it is completely authentic. And I think that'd be fascinating. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Jamie. And this guy over here, man, this guy's having a nice day. He has anchored his sailboat right off the shore. Yeah, it's a good museum. We actually did a live there a while back, several months back. But I may do a YouTube live. What I may do is do a live here one day this week and just not make it very long, and then let you guys know that I'm going over to YouTube so that you have a chance to jump over there and do it on YouTube. So there's a value to subscribing to our YouTube channel, because we are going to start doing some content over there trying to grow that channel. That's funny, Sandy. Sandy with the funnies. To clarify, Sandy, I'm not going there today, so don't meet me over there today. I'll get a text from Sandy in an hour asking me why I'm not at the Naples Depot. Good morning, Mike. Thanks, Scott. I'll go back and click that link here in a bit. Couple little things I read this weekend, just little news bits. The Metro Diner at the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and Airport Road, which I actually really enjoyed, they closed down. And then Nene's Kitchen, which is on Pine Ridge near US 41, closed down. And I never ate at Nene's Kitchen. I'm curious, have you guys ever eaten there? What did you think? And what did you think about Metro Diner if you've eaten there? Now, they have multiple locations, but that's the only one I had eaten at. And we went over there the day that they actually closed, and they were closed. We got there after they had closed. They were open for lunch that day. I think it was a couple Sundays ago. A couple Sundays or Saturdays ago. And they were open for lunch, and then they closed. But we always thought they had really good portions, which maybe that contributed to the problem, but we always did notice there weren't many people in there. Good morning, Debbie. And as you guys see, there are people in the water, since there was a question about that earlier. I'm just saying, from my personal preference, I wouldn't be, but I will tell you guys, if you're really wanting to get in the water, there are a lot of people in the water during the day. Ah, okay, Ellen, I didn't know that. Yeah, I think the story said, Sandy, that they were only there for 18 months in that location. Okay, Scott, thank you. Yeah, you're right, and while it's disgusting, it's sort of nature's way of cleaning up, I guess, as you said. It's true. Yeah, I actually really liked the Metro Diner. I really liked it. I like breakfast foods, and I could eat breakfast any time of the day. And I always found that to be a really good place. I always felt you got a lot for your money. And then this weekend, I went over to Chatterbox 2 again, had lunch with my family, and had a chef salad, which was big enough for 2 people. So it was very good experience. And as you guys see, Beachcomber Dave's in the water. He's been in the water ever since I got here. He's just hanging out in the water. Go see what it looks like from my bench this morning. I missed being out here because the last time I was out here was last Wednesday, because Thursday I was on the pier, and Friday Sandy and I did our beach crawl. I hope you guys enjoyed that. As with everything we do, it's just off the cuff. So hi, Linda. Just north of the Naples Pier. And I am not going to be able to sit on my bench because I didn't bring a towel. Well, it's funny you say that your daughter was married here, Jamie, because this is the spot where most people, I think, from what I've seen over the years, most people get married. Of the spots around this area, this is the one. This is the one where you come out here on a Saturday and you can see, especially during season when the weather's beautiful, they fill up this entire area with chairs, white chairs, and then they get married right there with the, oftentimes with the sunset at their backs. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and all these worker guys over here. I think the blower guy, his name is Alex. I think he's here on Wednesdays. So yeah, this is the view from my bench, but I got no bench seat this morning because it rained last night. Thank you, Tom. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. The real purpose of doing that was we had heard so much about how terrible the beaches were. And basically, people were saying we had no clue what we were talking about. And some even felt that we were hiding the truth. But the thing is we figured, well, let's go find out for ourselves what it's like. People are saying that it's not as nice as we're saying it is up north, so let's go see. And there's no doubt that Delnor Wiggins was kind of ugly in terms of the smell. And it was basically a rotting fish smell. But as soon as you went down to Vanderbilt, literally, what is Vanderbilt, guys? Vanderbilt's like, what, 2 miles? Maybe 2 miles south of Delnor Wiggins, maybe? Something like that. Maybe 3 miles, I don't know. But it was very, very different. And it is quiet out here this morning. Very, very quiet. Even more quiet because my partner in crime, Sandy, is not here. Yeah, Jim, I'll have to do 3rd Avenue South sometime. You guys, regarding our location, you guys will find out that, especially those of you who haven't been around before the summer, that I will roam around a whole lot more during the season, the cooler season, because while this is a nice access, one of the reasons, I'll show you one of the reasons that I come here, because we have found that as soon as the season started, like the summer season started, our phones started overheating pretty quickly on these lives. And doing the live itself heats up our phones, but you add the sun and the heat from the outside and you get overheating. But all this shade out here is why I come here so much during the summer months. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful beach access, but it really allows us to keep the live going. And then the winter months, I'll get out here on the beach and take a walk with you guys, and I'll go pretty much all the accesses north and south of here. Now in the wintertime, guys, for those of you who aren't really familiar, in the wintertime, it's not this calm. So while we don't have really bad weather in the wintertime, the summer months are when the winds come out of the east. And that's what keeps this water really nice and calm. And it's also what keeps the red tide at bay. And like it is right now, these winds coming out of the east. Now in the winter months, the winds come out of the west. And it often means our morning lives during the wintertime are pretty breezy. And the water's a little churned up a lot in the wintertime. And I mean, it's still beautiful because it's not so much that it makes like big waves for the most part, unless there's a front coming in. But the winter months are not quite as calm in the morning as it is out here right now. Linda, this is 8th South. Is it safe to swim today? I'm just gonna say that they still have the red tide signs up, but the red tide levels in this area have been reported to be very low to non-existent. And there are people swimming in the water. Good morning, Miranda. Buenos dias. Anita, I was on the water earlier. When I first started, there was a lot of shade. When I first got here, which was exactly 30 minutes ago, the shadows from the palm trees were out into the water, which now they're not. And so I was able to go down to the water when we first got here and stay in the shadows, keeping the phone cool. And so when this live ends, if you go back right to where we started, and you'll see down at the water. Went down, walked on the water a bit. The water is gorgeous this morning. It looks to be very, very clear, clearer than I've seen it probably in at least a month, if not a little more. Very, very nice. Things really seem to be coming back into place. Good morning, Janine. Good morning, Rose. And Rose, your sister is not here yet. She says she is on her way. It's just me, guys. No Sandy. Sandy is nowhere to be seen yet. But I have a feeling she's on her way. Thank you guys for subscribing on YouTube. If you weren't here earlier, we're really trying to make a push to build our YouTube channel. And we're going to start doing a couple lives here and there on our YouTube channel. And when we do that, just so you guys know, if by any reason we decide to replace a live from here on Facebook to the YouTube, we will come on Facebook prior to going live on YouTube. And we will let you guys know that we're going to be over on YouTube for that morning. So you will not go blindly missing the lives. But just make sure you subscribe on YouTube. And if we do go live on YouTube and you are a subscriber, you'll get a little notification on the YouTube channel, on the YouTube thing. And depending on your settings, you'll get a little alert on your phone that we're live. But if you're not a subscriber, you can still go to the YouTube channel by going to youtube.com, typing in the search bar Naples Photo Blog, and it'll bring up all of our videos, and one of them will show as live. Good morning, Jamie. Absolutely, Anita. Have a good trip. Hello, Sergio from Boston. Beachcomber Dave has finished his dip. Peggy, I don't know if it's safe to swim other than to say the red tide sign is still up. And but there are a lot of people in the water, and there are no signs of red tide in the air. There's no fish on the beach. The beach is beautiful. I know people say, yeah, this is something I'll address. So a lot of people have said, well, they're combing the beaches. They haven't combed the beaches. When they comb the beaches, it is very obvious that they've combed the beaches. The beaches look immaculate. They're groomed almost like a snow skiing slope. You can see all of the marks left from it. So they have not groomed the beach. Good morning, Kim. Hello. I'll show you guys the sign. It's actually kind of funny how they do the signs here. So they don't actually change the signs, like replace the signs. They have all the signs pre-done. And right now this is the red tide sign. Yeah, I heard that, Ann. I heard the horn. I wasn't sure 100% what that was. Good morning, Beverly. And so they just come out here and they just unscrew that little nut there, drop it down, and you've got your turtle sign. The next one, yeah, that one's a turtle sign, and then there's, I don't know if I've ever seen that sign. So Scott, probably Scott, or anyone who's been here, that sign, the first word on that sign says shells of. It says shells of, and I've never seen that sign. So I'm curious, does anybody know what that last sign would be? So there's 3 versions of signs here. One being what's up there now, which is the red tide. One being the sea turtle sign. And then the last one saying shells of something, and I can't see the rest of it. I don't know if I've ever seen the back sign. Unless it's the standard sign. Maybe it's just the standard sign. I don't know. Maybe red tide signs have been up so long I don't remember. Yes, Pearl, I totally agree, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Shells of the beach. Oh, not to take live shells. Okay. Okay. And I'm guessing, guys, that that's the standard sign. That shows how aware I am when I'm out here. That's so funny, because like that's probably the sign I think that's actually, now I'm registering it. That's the sign I think that's up here all the time, for the most part. And now that you guys say that, I can visualize that sign. I think that is the standard sign. Yes, okay, Scott. Yeah, that makes sense now. It is so quiet out here. And it's starting to warm up now. Now I'm really noticing starting to steam a little bit out here because everything's wet. And the sun, in the sun, it is definitely hot. Like it's radiatingly hot. And even though it's only, what, not just after 9, it is, in the sun, it is very warm. And with all this, everything's wet from last night. I can literally feel it steaming, like my glasses are even steaming up. Susan, I am just north of the Naples Pier. Yeah, regarding the wind noise, this is something, yeah, these are the sea grapes. I got it now. But see, Scott, the thing is this, even though I know that those were not the big leaves that you're talking about, these are like intertwined with those. It's like they're all, see these and then these, it's like they're all together. So I was assuming they were all sea grapes. And the buds look to be the same as the ones over here. Because even in here, there's some of those smaller ones. So I didn't know, I thought maybe those were just, you know, juvenile versions of that plant. The wind noise, you know, it's something that we're so frustrated about and we're trying to find. So here's the thing, like the way this phone, we're using a gimbal. For anybody who doesn't know, we use gimbals. Sandy and I both use gimbals. And a gimbal being a device that you hold, and then it has motors inside of it, and it holds your phone up above it. And it keeps the phone steady. So like right now I'm jerking the phone around, but as you guys can see, for the most part, it stays still. It allows us to show you guys what's going on without it being super jittery. Problem with it is, is these gimbals, and I've looked at different manufacturers of them, and they're all exactly the same. It's just a design flaw. They cover up the port for where you need to put your headphone jack for your plug your headphones in. And so we're trying to do everything we can, and even when we were on the boat we tried, but it didn't work, to rig up something that helps block out the wind noise. If we could just block out the wind noise, but we're trying. We'll figure it out. Yeah, thank you for following, Gina. And again, you guys are gonna hear this theme. You know, thank you for following us here, but please give us a subscribe, follow over on YouTube, our YouTube channel. Basically, subscribing on YouTube is the same as following on Facebook. So we would greatly appreciate that. And I'm gonna talk to Sandy here, and we're probably gonna try a live this week, if not tomorrow, maybe, I don't know, on YouTube. Thank you, Kim. Greatly appreciate that. I think I'm awesome. That Sandy chick though, guys, I don't know about her, but I'm pretty awesome. I'm just joking. I actually really miss Sandy out here this morning. I keep looking for her. I'm like a puppy dog looking for its partner to come down here right now. Let's see. She should be coming right over my shoulder, and I keep looking. I'm like, where is she? But here's the thing. Oh, nothing, Sandy. Turn your volume down. You're not supposed to hear this part. You're not supposed to be listening. If you're riding your bike, you're not supposed to be listening. Yeah, just talking about you. The thing is with Sandy, guys, is I've pulled a little move on her here, and I've been coming out earlier. And so and the thing is I don't typically text her and say, hey, you know, we do sometimes we'll text and say, hey, where are you going to be? But I typically know that Sandy's on her bike in the mornings. As you guys know, she shows up in her bike helmet, her gloves, and does her thing in the morning. And I know she checks out the lives. So I know when it comes to doing my lives, I don't typically have to tell Sandy where I'm going to be, because she knows all of these beach accesses. And so all I have to do is go live. And as soon as I go live, she jumps on, sees where I'm at. She's on her bike. She comes. So it's like the greatest thing ever. I don't even have to tell her where I'm going or where I'm going to be or where I'm at. She just knows. It's like a tracking device. Squirrels. Yeah, Scott, I try to tell her. And there's going to be a day where I'm going to tell Sandy, Sandy, I told you so. I keep telling her that. Especially in Naples. There's a thing with downtown Naples, and I sense it. I'm curious if you guys have ever sensed this, especially if you've been here for a long time. Something about downtown Naples, the way it's laid out, stop signs feel unnatural in certain locations. And so if you're, there she is, she's pulling up. And so if you're not paying really close attention, it's easy to blow through a stop sign in downtown Naples. And maybe it's just me, but I really don't think it is. There's something about the layout. When I get to downtown Naples, I really have a hard time seeing the stop signs first and then stopping. There was something in the water out there. If it wasn't a fish, it was a manatee. I'll keep an eye on it. Look who's here. Huh? Am I not? Well, you've seen it. People don't stop at the stop signs. Am I right?
I know. Deb and I were biking yesterday or 2 days ago, and we almost got run over.
I'm telling you, I think what it is, aside from it being like people just going too fast and probably not seeing them, there's something about the way downtown's laid out. It doesn't feel like when you come to a stop sign, it doesn't feel like there should be a stop sign there.
Especially that one on Seagate and Pine Ridge. It comes to the end of the water that we wanted to go to. And
yeah.
You didn't really have a lot of time, but
we got to go back up
on the
there.
beach walk, or beach crawl. But yeah, there's like some weird stop sign there. It's placed in the weirdest spot. And people go speed through it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they probably don't even see
they
it.
probably don't even see it. And it's kind of cool how they do actually place the stop signs lower. Did you mention that?
No.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
lower.
so maybe that's
here.
why I don't notice them. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm not used to them being so low.
Because most stop signs everywhere else are about 8 feet tall, and
Okay.
then here, I don't know how far out it goes. That's short, but it's in
Maybe that's what
the
it
city
is.
of Naples area. It might be further out, but they've lowered the stop signs, thinking that you could actually see it better
Huh.
with the.
Well, I mean, you know what?
vision
Maybe they actually are
driving.
more visible, but the problem is that you're not used to
it,
seeing them there.
it that
Maybe
low.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I just, it's something, because I often find myself right up on the stop sign and I'm like, oh, I got to stop.
Yeah, and then some guy yelled at us. So we're riding. Some other dude runs the stop sign, almost hitting us. So Deb and I go kitty corner. So we're not crossing right to get to that side area through Seagate, where you go start following the water again. Cars can't go through that way. They have poles, so it's for walkers and for bikers. And so we kind of went on a kitty corner. Some other guy, not the guy that ran the stop sign, but another guy yelled at us because we crossed wrong. We didn't cross, totally vertical or horizontally, or I guess.
Yeah.
We
Kitty corner?
kitty corner the cross because we saw the guy was going to hit us. So
Right.
we like zoomed the other. I could tell he was speeding too fast to stop at the stop sign. So yeah, then we got yelled at by another guy.
So people are asking, it is a giant bike.
It's a giant. Yeah,
It's a giant
It's made by
Escape. No?
No,
It
it's
says Escape W.
it's made by what's the
Well, that's fine. It's got to be on here.
Yeah, no, it's a giant. That's
Oh,
the
that
name,
giant's the name of the company.
the name of the company.
Oh.
But it's the company is what's the major brand of bikes?
Schwinn?
Not Schwinn.
Um,
Sounds like
I know it. As soon as somebody says it, I know.
yeah, it's that other major brand of
Yep.
bicycles, and they make this, and it's just like it's the same company. But I don't know what the difference is, but it's less expensive. So a bike like this is about $500.
What a piece of junk.
And I wish I had money to get a really nice road bike, but those are between $1,000 and $5,000 for a nice
Yeah,
road
that's crazy.
bike.
So I have to take exception with something you said. Nobody.
Trek.
Trek. That's it.
Trek. So this is made by Trek, and they have another line called Giant. And Giant's just a little.
So
less.
Giant is the knockoff Trek.
It's not a knockoff. It's the same company.
It's just their cheaper version.
It's their cheaper version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least as much as you ride it, we know it holds up.
Oh,
So-
I got another flat. I almost.
You got a
called
flat?
You. I almost called you. I was about 6 miles out.
Oh no.
Yesterday.
Oh. Wow. Oh, did you get caught in the storms?
No, but glass. This is my front tire this time. Last time was the back. This time was the front.
Your tires are worn off.
Yeah, the guys are at the bike shop. They're like, Sandy, you should.
You need new tires.
I'm like, well, how does that happen? I'm not like doing skid outs or anything.
Well, just riding it.
yeah, they're
Because
like,
that's the tire you're gripping with more than anything. Because you're using it. You're whenever you pedal, all the force is behind that tire, so it just wears it down. And you ride a lot.
I ride every day. So the
Yeah.
guys at the bike shop said, how often do you ride? And I'm like, every day.
Yeah.
So the guys that are crazy bikers that bike 100 miles, they'll only do that a couple times a week. But I'm going 20 to 40 a day. So it's adding up actually more than what they're doing a week.
So I have to take exception with something you said.
Okay.
So, is it? My screen is so dark I can barely tell if it. Is it kitty corner or cata corner?
Kitty.
It's kitty corner, she says. I don't think it's kitty corner.
Not catty.
Is it catty corner or kitty corner? You guys tell us, because
Like a baby
as
kit.
soon as she said it, I'm like, no, that's not right.
Kitty
That's
corner.
not right.
Kitty.
It's not kitty corner. I really don't think you're right.
Yeah, so
It's cata corner, and I don't even know how to spell it. I don't even know the correct
we're-
pronunciation, but I don't think it's kitty.
Kitty. Rosie said kitty.
Yeah, but that's your
Catty.
sister.
Oh, we got
That's your sister. It doesn't matter. What she thinks does not matter here. Not in this debate.
So we need another one.
It's catty. Linda says catty. It's not kitty corner, guys. It's catty corner. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Diane. Rose does not count because she's biased.
Yeah, but look at the other. Jill. Jill says kitty.
Jill's wrong too. Caddy. It's caddy corner, guys. It's caddy corner. But here's the thing now. So now everybody's, and you guys have your computers, probably some of you guys are in front of computers. What is the actual word?
Caddy. See, caddy. C-A-D-D-I-E. Caddy.
C-A-D-D-I-E. Okay.
So Melissa just wrote that.
All right, so I'm right. Yes, you're wrong. I'm right.
I think people don't care.
Crown me. Crown me. You've lost.
People don't care.
Sulk in your
No one
defeat.
really cares.
Sulk in your defeat. I care.
It's still a
It's my
cat.
competitive nature. I just won. I don't care what it is. I just won. I just beat you at something. I'm not going to challenge you to a bike race, though, or a foot race.
It's just distance. Let's just go distance.
No, I'm not doing distance either.
You could probably beat me
This
really quick.
coming from who, when we pulled up to Vanderbilt Beach Friday, she says, "Oh, just go park down here, and we'll walk." And I'm like, "Oh my God, we have to walk? Like, I don't want to walk."
I love walking. I could like park and hike forever. And get to, like you said, Brandon said he would not park and then hike to a beach. He wants to park
I am not hiking to a beach.
and then walk 2 feet and there's the
That's
beach.
right. If I go to a beach, I'm parking, and it needs to be within a 30-second walk.
Well, as long as I had one of those, I see more and more people getting those wet beach wagons.
Yes.
And then even for their upright paddle boards.
Mm-hmm.
And they're, walking for
Yeah.
a while, and they're just wagoning.
I
to the
have one of
beach.
those things, but they're such a headache to get in and out of the car.
Yeah.
And they're sandy, so you have to they're sandy, so you have to be at a place where you can rinse them
Yeah.
off.
But I think it's maybe if we had a Jeep, I'd love to get like a Wrangler, and then just
Yeah, it'd be
throw
nice to have a
everything
Wrangler.
in it, right?
Yep. If I had a Wrangler, though, I would want to find a place where I could pull right up to the water.
Well, you could put the wagon and everything, and the board sticking out, and
Yeah,
it'd be great. I would love that one day.
it's warming up out here.
Hey, Ann Suri says it's Kitty.
Yeah, well, what does Siri know? That's what she said. What does Siri know?
Yay! Thank you, Ann. I'm right. Uh-huh.
Jill says we all need to get a life. Hey, Jill, I got to tell you, we're here, and you guys are watching this. I think we're all doing pretty well. We've got our,
Doing all right.
I mean, because the thing is, you
Even
guys
if
could
it
be
is-
watching
Even Siri's
you know,
on my side because it is Kitty.
you
But-
guys could be watching the negative news right now, but we'd rather be here at the
Oh,
beach.
this is on, by the way.
Oh, Sandy's recording. Did you get my permission to record me?
Nope.
No? That's breaking the law. I'm on camera. I do not give permission.
Yeah, I hooked it up again, except I was trying to get my Wi-Fi to work. Oop, that wasn't good. Now he's sideways. Because I don't know if it's still going. It's got like an hour and
So that's Sandy's new
my new gadget
50th birthday month gift.
from Mom and Daddy. Thank
From
you.
her mom and
was
dad.
watching. I don't know if she still is.
So one thing I wanted to mention, because I noticed you're wearing this, and I wear the same thing, and we've never actually discussed this. We've never.
This, the headband?
So this is I think such a Florida thing, a Florida problem, because growing up in North Carolina, I never had to do this. But Sandy, I noticed, wears this band around her head, right? Can you see it? Yeah, that black band right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so
and I purposely put it over my ears.
and I
too.
put one, let's see, guys. I put one right here. If you don't wear those things, you get so much sweat in your eyes.
Especially if you put suntan lotion on.
Yeah,
I do.
and like for me,
Face.
I like to wear ball caps. If I don't wear those things, within 2 days, my hat is ruined. It's completely ruined. And so it's a Florida thing. And I know everybody sweats everywhere, but the humidity here, for as long as it goes, those things are crazy good. So Halo, because I noticed yours is the Halo as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Halo headband. They work.
They work, yeah.
So Jill's up in Michigan. It has been beautiful. Oh, thank you, Jill. I actually am jealous of Michigan because I can imagine this time of year it's slowly starting to get nice. I mean, it's beautiful here, but I cannot wait until, when does it start getting nice in the morning, Sandy? I know it's hot until November. But in November, in the mornings, it starts in the mornings you can get that cool.
Yeah, because I think even all of September it's warm.
September's hot.
Yeah.
September, we still average over 90 degrees for the high.
Yeah, I think maybe it's towards the end of November, the mornings get cooler.
Yeah, it's so nice
Less
though.
humidity, I mean, you know.
I love that feeling, and it's like you take it for granted. I love that feeling, and I miss that feeling of coming out here in the morning and it having a chill to the air. I miss it.
Yeah, but when you're riding your bike,
Yeah, it's
guys,
cold when you're riding, I'm sure.
It's cold.
I used to ride my motorcycle, and
Seriously.
I found out that when I rode my motorcycle, if it was below 70 degrees, it was cold.
It's torture.
Yeah, it was cold. And I don't get cold.
Like 80 degrees here, it gets cold riding your bike.
Yeah, it's, well, for you, because you get cold.
And there's no sun on you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's 70. If it's below 70, it's cold riding a bike or motorcycle or something like that when that wind hits you. Today is the first nice day, Linda says. Where are you, Linda? Where are you? I said that in the wrong way. Where are you, Linda?
Linda's New Jersey.
Oh, okay, New Jersey.
Nothing but rain here, she said.
Oh, okay.
New Jersey.
My glasses are so fogged I can't see.
Ah,
Now it's gone. The breeze just blew it out. Check out the guy over here who's anchored his sailboat
yeah,
offshore. Beautiful.
hey, if you're anchoring, you gotta be,
Ooh, thunder. Thunder. There we go.
Hey guys, sorry I didn't do the sunset yesterday, and of course there was one.
Was it
I
nice
mean,
last night?
Well, another friend of mine who lives right by the water on 7th, and she was there doing a live and on her Instagram, and she just lives here locally. And she didn't answer me though. I was talking to her while she was doing it. Sometimes she walks away. She puts hers on a tripod,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my God, there is a sunset. But it was like one of those. It wasn't like you didn't see the big sun or anything. It was more of the glow of different colors in the sky. And
Yep.
I took a still shot of her live and edited out some of the stuff. I didn't post, of course, it's hers.
Yeah.
And I didn't ask for permission.
Steal
but
it. Steal it.
No, I didn't use it. I just, for my own self, to see that it was actually pretty nice. So sorry I missed that one, guys.
So this is something that I think is actually really cool, is there is not a cloud in the sky.
Except for there.
It's like totally clear. Normally
Except for
you can
those
have some clouds, but
Except for those clouds.
except for the
right
ones
in-
way, way, way out. Like there's no clouds like in the sky. Like it's completely
Those clouds.
blue. But then out here, this has been building ever since I got here. And now it's thundering. So we have this beautiful morning and it is starting to storm out there.
Joanne wants to know if the golf's cleaned up now. You know, I guess depends where you are. Right here it is.
The beaches are beautiful, that's what I'll say. Because somebody just asked, they were coming down this week and they asked if the red tide was here. I mean, at this point, saying whether or not there's red tide is kind of irrelevant. I mean,
Yeah.
because they know as much as we know. We're
Right.
not testing the water.
But okay, so Brandon and I did that beach run on Friday, right?
Yeah, we did the beach run on Friday.
Okay, so Saturday, my friend Deb bikes like me almost every morning. She bikes up to Vanderbilt Beach because she lives that way. And she said it was horrible. Saturday. We were just there on Friday. There was no smell in the air. There was no sense of red
Right,
tide.
so red tide on Friday was not obviously
was not
there.
obvious. She said Saturday, but she was smelling dead fish. She
Yeah.
said Saturday, but she looked at the water too. She said the morning of this past Saturday morning, the water was bad and it smelled horrible. So,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that sucks because we were just there.
But that was
Friday morning.
Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt Beach.
Okay.
And I told her I walked all the way to the water.
Yep, you did.
All the way. And I did see a couple dead fish, but they were like really teeny tiny. And then I looked for a while, I didn't see any other dead fish.
Huh. But that's really close to Del Nor.
Yeah, that's.
Which was nasty.
I know you were wondering how many miles away that is.
Yeah, I
That's-
wonder. It's like it wasn't that many.
No.
Oh, there was a big
That's like
lightning bolt.
That's like a mile.
I'm curious if I got that on camera.
Mile and a half, 2 miles maybe. That's close.
We'll hear
Yeah.
that thunder in a second. This storm is really intriguing me because there's nothing else going on. Like there's no storms aside from right there. And we've been hearing thunder and now I just saw a big lightning bolt come down. That is so cool. Moat says Vanderbilt does have red tide. Well,
Yeah.
officially, we all have red
Officially, we
tide.
have red tide.
Officially, we all have red tide.
Just how mild it
It's
is.
just a matter of how strong it is, and this part of town is measuring between 0 red tide and low red tide. But in the air, there has been no sign of red tide. Even in the Naples Daily News, and there's the thunder. In the Naples Daily News, they commented, they have an article on their front page, at least yesterday, last night, about how yesterday on the pier there were no signs of red tide. Hello, Christine. And the Naples beaches are beautiful. I walked down there when we first got here. There's no dead fish.
Oh, that's my mom.
There's no smell. Where's your mom?
She just said hi. She's the one you said hi, Christine.
Oh, cool.
That's
Oh, I didn't even see. Okay.
Hi,
Cool.
Mom.
Hello. Hello, Sandy's mom. Good
Oh,
morning,
hi,
Judy.
Judy. Judy said hi. Judy. Remember that on Saturday Night Live?
No.
Oh, Brandon's not old enough.
Oh, don't start the I'm not old enough thing. I used to listen. I'll tell you. I think
Judy.
I used to watch Saturday Night Live, and like I know people that go back to the Belushi days. What is your
Oh, yeah.
the Belushi?
And oh my God.
Because Belushi
Hold on, let me think.
Belushi was probably when I was a little too young, but even looking back on some of the old stuff, I don't think Belushi was the best time.
No.
I don't think Belushi was as good as.
Maybe because we were younger and it was like, oh, he's so goofy.
Yeah, but you know, and maybe the older crowd doesn't have an appreciation.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy was good, and Steve.
He did Gumby.
Yeah, I remember those, and he was funny. Eddie Murphy was always funny.
And then he would do Rick James. Not Rick James. Who did he get in the hot tub? That was Rick James.
Who was the other guy? Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin, Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd, Chevy
Yeah,
Chase there for a
Chevy
while.
Chase.
You know, and I heard this past weekend, I saw a documentary that Chevy and Dan Aykroyd hated each other, like despised each other for years. And they did movies together, but they hated each other. But I think the best era, and while, by the way, I think Chevy Chase is amazing. He's an icon for like my generation because of the Lampoon's movies. But I think the best era for Saturday Night Live was, yeah, and your sister's saying Dan Aykroyd. I think the best era was.
Cheeseburger.
Oh yeah, I think the best era was Adam Sandler, Chris Farley,
Oh,
Phil Hartman,
yeah, that was
and there's so many. David Spade.
yes.
Holy moly, man! That was when, like, it was so
What's
good.
his name? Austin
Will
Powers.
Ferrell, Mike Myers.
Mike Myers.
Oh my gosh! Like, you look back when those guys were all on
And
there
then they've all
together.
Made these. Now they're famous for these cool, funny comedies. Now.
Yep. Yeah. Chris Farley though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a tragedy that guy's gone. But I think Saturday Night Live's trash now. I don't even think it's
It's not
funny.
good.
I don't even think it's funny. I've literally tuned in at times. There's
I
another
don't-
lightning bolt.
I don't like how they get too political.
Everything's political.
It's too political.
And it's like they don't realize they're alienating half of their base. Like,
Yeah.
I used to watch Jimmy Fallon every single night.
I know.
Every
And now
night.
Jimmy
I
Fallon's-
thought Jimmy Fallon was like the
and
perfect
Jimmy
takeover.
said, if you guys back a couple years ago, I think, no, a year ago, Jimmy Fallon said it was right after Trump got in office, and Jimmy Fallon said, I'll never talk about politics, and then he started. I
Yeah.
think he was pushed into
Just
it.
makes it, you know, and the thing is, I don't even care where on the spectrum you are. It's like when it comes down to like being, funny, like there can be funny without that.
Absolutely.
Look, and the thing is, I don't even care if they make fun of the president. I just wish they didn't take it so seriously.
Yeah, they say mean things.
Yeah.
It gets really mean.
And I'm talking about either party. Like, as soon as it gets
Absolutely.
mean, if it was a comedian being mean about Obama, it's like, to me, it's not funny. If it's a comedian being mean about the president, I don't think it's
Yes.
funny. I'm not offended by it, but I just don't think it's funny.
I don't think it's funny.
But I think it's
either.
funny to take shots at him.
It's like crude. It starts to get crude.
Yeah, like
and-
take shots at him. It's funny. I just don't think Saturday Night Live's funny anymore.
Like the hair thing. He's got funny
Yeah,
hair.
there's a lot to make fun of.
There's a lot to make
There's a
fun of
lot
the
to make
hair.
fun of. But it's like, I just think it gets serious. And
Yeah.
it's hard for me to watch Fallon anymore because it's just nothing but
I
politics,
I love Jimmy Fallon too.
And he is funny.
He is funny.
He is really funny.
And very talented guy too.
Yep,
Just like JT, Justin Timberlake.
he is talented. He is very talented. More cowbell. Oh, that was so funny.
Oh, I love
There are
that.
some.
Was
I'm
the
telling you guys, the
funniest
Chris
one.
Farley stuff is what got me. Him eating dinner dressed up like a woman, and he like had the voracious appetite with Adam Sandler. It was Adam Sandler and David Spade. Gosh, it was so funny. It was just so funny. And then Will Ferrell used to do this skit where he would scream at his kid out in the backyard. And it was just like the whole time he was screaming. It's just, obviously I'm not a comedian, so I can't make it funny. But it just, like, thinking back, I'm like, those times were so funny.
Oh, yeah.
And now it just seems like they're trying too hard.
Yeah.
All right, enough about Saturday Night Live. More cowbell. That'll live forever. The cowbell will live forever. Oh, so I'm not done with Saturday Night Live because Virginia brought this up and it was so funny. The Chris Farley scene with Patrick Swayze, where he was trying out for Chippendales.
Yes.
Oh man, that is so funny. That was good.
Yeah, he had the tight pants on that, and he's so great. I mean, those guys would do anything.
Yep, they would do anything.
So wild.
Hello, Jennifer
Yeah, I
Ann.
met Tim, by the way.
Tim who?
Tim.
Oh, McLaughlin?
McLaughlin.
Yeah. So how was that?
Tim.
Is he on here right now?
He's on.
Very cool.
So Tim's always around the same location. I always do my lives, and in the evening. So he finally was brave enough to say hello, which was very nice. And so I met Tim. So hi, Tim. Thanks for watching.
So there's another one we've checked off the list. We've got Tim. We've got Paulina.
And the lady
Fred.
What about the lady here?
All right. So we
what was
have.
her name?
All right. So if I don't remember her name because I couldn't
sorry,
understand.
Guys.
So if you're the lady who walked up that day right there and said hi,
Give us a shout right
give
now.
us a shout out so that we know who you are. That way we can mark another one off the list. And then we've got the fans who I've seen and they said hi, but I don't remember the name. A couple of them. But then there's a couple who write after they've seen us and say, yeah, I saw you down at the beach. I saw you at 8. So it's
And
like,
that
just
one
say hi.
guy, when I was over at Seagate Get Bit Up, and he's like, "You're no way, you're from the blog." That was cool too.
We've
I'm
actually
sorry, I
gotten,
forgot his name.
I felt good because like we got pretty beat up over the whole red tide thing because we were being positive towards Naples and it was really good. I met a guy on the pier and he thanked us. He was like thanking us for what we've done for the community and our part in helping with the local businesses by trying to spread the truth that this Naples Beach is beautiful. So kind of felt good.
Why is Tim saying HIV? Did he mean to say yep, good time?
Who said HIV?
Tim, was that a typo?
I hope that's a typo, Tim.
And then he wrote yep, good time. Jennifer said, "You're famous, Brandon Sandy."
We're famous. We're famous.
Oh, and Tim did hook me up. I'll tell Brandon later.
Oh, Tim hooked you up. Okay.
Yeah, he's
For anybody asking if the water's nice, there's Beachcomber Dave taking a dip. Beachcomber Dave. So let's see. This live is just over an hour long, and Beachcomber Dave has been in the water all for. Hey, wait a minute. That's not Beachcomber Dave. Wait a minute.
That was like a lady.
There's Beachcomber Dave. Somewhere.
Oh,
Where's Beachcomber Dave? Where is he? Where is he?
Cleaning
Oh,
the
there
pool,
he is.
No HIV. Thank God.
There's Beachcomber Dave. Okay, I was about to get concerned about
Tim
him.
was ill for a second.
Tim, I'm glad that we're not dealing with an HIV issue. Hello from Switzerland.
Nice. Pia? How do you say her name? Pia?
Pia.
Pia.
You know how I know that name?
Pia.
Because there used to be a girl named Pia Toscano on American Idol,
Oh,
whom
yeah.
I thought,
From Switzerland?
nope, not just because the name's spelled the same. I know how it's said. So here's the thing. I prided myself for so long on Idol, being able to pick the winner, like right at the
I do
beginning,
too.
right? So you
Yeah.
pick you watch
Yes.
Idol, because otherwise it's not very fun. Like I'm not into I'm not into like,
I love it.
I'm not a big Idol fan. But the only way I could keep myself entertained is by picking the winner from the first couple episodes, right? And I picked Carrie Underwood. I picked her. My wife says I picked her for reasons other than, legitimate reasons. But I saw the talent.
Cute.
Yeah, but she was really good.
She's really good.
And now she's selling out, arenas,
Oh, yeah.
20,000
She's
seat arenas.
amazing.
So I picked Pia Toscano, and yeah, I don't think it worked out. Nobody knows who she is. So I don't watch Idol anymore.
'Cause I forgot that this was still on,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know if it was facing you.
Well, it probably
I
was
just
half
turned-
the time until
I
you're
turned-
moving the
I
wheel
know,
back
I'm
and forth.
doing this. I'm not even paying
Yeah.
attention, and so it's like taking videos of this.
You need that for your own security too. You realize
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Because
Totally, these guys go through the stop sign. I
if
have
somebody goes through a
evidence.
stop sign, you got it.
Yeah, this cop came rolling down. He looked. He was like, it's like he stood away from me.
Yeah. You don't want to be on the
I
camera.
was like, woo! Yeah, Yeah, they got the cameras now. You know, most people got cameras now. They're watching. Everybody's watching everybody.
I felt kind of bad because if you guys remember back,
taller in person.
she's taller in person. Wait a minute. If you think Sandy is taller in person, how short did you think she is? Because Sandy is not tall. I mean, I'm not tall, and I look tall to Sandy. Sandy comes up like, let's see. Sandy comes up.
I'm 5 feet.
She's not even as tall as my shoulder level. And so somebody is.
Helmet gives me a few
So somebody's saying, who said that? Tim?
Tim.
Tim, how short did you think she was? You must look really short on camera. You must look so short. You know what it is? I know what it is.
No.
It's this. This is it. It's this.
Oh,
it's this. Look how short you look.
I'm wearing a helmet.
Oh, you look. Yeah, but it's not even the helmet. Look how much shorter you look than me.
That's good. You look like a giant.
You look like you're like halfway up my back. You look tiny. You're so tiny.
And you could be like 6'5".
Yeah, I could be 6'5".
And I could be normal,
That's true.
like 5'5".
How cool would that be? We should tell people that I'm like a really tall guy. And then you're like probably 5'10". And then they see you and they're like, what happened? Right out of a Willy Wonka movie.
And then surprise.
So you said you're 5 foot? 5 foot tall? All right. I'm 5'10", so I got 10 inches on you.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
It's going.
How's the water? All good?
No, it's clear.
Good.
Yay.
Good.
You got it all clear.
Beachcomber Dave gives his sign of approval on the water.
Oh, I think Tim's trying to write, and then he's typoing, and then cleared it up.
Tim, what do we got going on here, man?
He's still cleaning pools.
Oh, he's cleaning pools. I was going to say, something's going on here, man. We got to help you with your typing here.
He's got some new words.
Do I watch America's Got Talent? My son loves that show.
I love that show.
You know what, though? I like it. I like let him watch it, and it's like it's really good. It's all good. And then some dude comes out buck naked, you know, and it's like they cover him up, but it's like, really? Like, what's going on here? Like, is this really talent?
It's funny, though. It keeps people entertained. You know, they do it purposely.
I'm just joking,
for
Tim.
For marketing reasons.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Well, listen, you know what it is? It's the American Idol first week. So while I get kind of bored, I get bored when Idol gets good. I get bored when they weed out all the bad people.
Oh.
To me, American Idol is best
In the beginning.
in the beginning when they purposely bring these people up and put them on national TV, and they know they can't sing.
Yeah, they're corny.
Because they've already said that there's like a pre audition before they get on TV. They're down like in a hall, and they pre-screen them, so they sing in front of all these different people, and then they get chosen whether or not they come upstairs to go on television. So when you see one of those people on TV who's terrible, that person purposely passed them through, and that is so funny. Yeah. That is so funny, and you think that person's like, man, I'm really good.
You're like, and that's sad when they start crying.
But you think about it, that's how they feel so confident. When they get up in front of the judges and they're so confident, but yet they're terrible, it's because somebody downstairs just told them they're good enough to go through. You know, so they're like,
goofball.
Yeah.
And people like goofballs, like me. I'm a goofball.
So Jennifer's, hold on, somebody asked another question. Virginia says 5 foot. Are you of Italian descent? Because she's 5'1". Polish. So what is that? You got to be short to be Italian? Is that a thing, Virginia?
No, well, actually, there's a lot of tall Polish people, but my mom's really shorter than me, and my sisters are both a little taller than me, but not much.
I guess, but you can be short no matter what your what is it? Your your ethnicity or your not even your
kitty.
Where are you from?
Where are you from? Or is it kitty corner?
Where are you from? Short people everywhere.
Yeah, my uncles are tall, so and I never got to meet my grandfathers, but I think they were tall as well. So.
Jennifer's asking who you want to win America's Got Talent. Now's the test of whether or not you really watch it. You're getting called out. I don't watch it. My son watches it.
That little girl I don't know if she got voted. Is it completely done and they started a new one, or no? It's still going.
Is it done and they started a new one?
Or is today like the final?
Or is today the final?
Because the girl that's like the Janis Joplin, she's like a crazy dancer. And she screams. I like her.
Huh. So you do watch it.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yes, it is beautiful today. And Bernice, down at this part of town, there is no fish issues.
Semifinals.
There are no fish issues. It's beautiful. I would say this you would not notice right now. Am I right, Sandy, in saying that if you were to come down here right now, not having watched any news, you would never know that there's anything going
You
on?
would be, this is the best beach
Yep.
ever.
You would be
because there's
saying
like
this
2
is
people here.
paradise. Scott says, yes, the 14-year-old girl.
Yeah. She's amazing. She's like different. That's what I like about her. She's just different.
Huh. Maybe I have to watch
she's-
that.
Yeah, like she's really shy and meek, and then she comes and then she just starts dancing like a maniac, and then and she's got this real screamy rock voice, and I'm a rock and roll by heart, so I liked her, but because she's different, you just don't see anyone perform like her anymore.
Huh.
In a raw state. This girl's like raw.
Yeah.
And even Simon was saying, he said, usually I prep people on what to do. He said, I don't want to prep you, young lady. 'Cause
Mess her up?
Mess her up because she's doing it so raw and
Yeah.
different that it's making people want to watch.
Right.
And I guess she just got so many YouTube views, like millions after her first performance and tryout.
Huh.
Because she's that different and Janis Joplin type of sound. Kind of cool.
Linda is asking, do you walk and do a live on the beach? Yes, so here's where I'll tell you guys kind of, huh?
I can in the evening.
Yeah, and in the evening, Sandy said she'll get on the beach a little bit in the evenings. In the morning time, guys, it's a really hot time of year. And in the morning, if we get out in the sun, the phone hitting, the sun coming into the phone, along with the heat outside, it actually shuts our phones
I
down.
want to know if you'll go to the beach, so right now.
Let's see. But what I did this morning, I got here really early this morning, and I actually was able to get out on the beach. So if you go back and watch the beginning of this live,
Hi, Tom.
I'll go out on the beach for you. Hopefully we'll keep the phone from overheating. We're close enough to the end of the live.
Mandel loves her too.
Howie Mandel loves her.
Yeah. What were you saying?
I was just saying that if you go back when this live ends, it saves as a video. And when I first got here, the palm tree shadows were all the way down to the water, so I actually got out into the water. But we're so close to the end of the live that I'll go down here for you. Hopefully I can just keep the phone in my shadow a bit. But the beach is beautiful. The water is beautiful today, nice and clear. I mean, it's crystal clear. So what do you guys think? What do you think about the water? The water has not been pretty for a long time. There's no fish on the beach, guys. I'm sure if you walked from here to the pier, you'd find something, but yeah, Scott, there's been a lot of people swimming. And Beachcomber Dave, who we talked to, he was swimming this morning, and we talked to him when he got out. He says it's beautiful. He's been swimming for a week. If you come out here during the middle of the day, there's a lot of people swimming. I'm gonna retreat, guys, because the phone will shut off due to the heat. It's still hot. This winter, when it starts cooling off, you'll notice in the mornings we'll come out here and we'll actually take some nice walks down the beach along the water. But we have to wait until it cools off a bit. The phones can't handle it. Somebody removed that big piece of driftwood. Probably took it home.
Not smell it and it's not nasty dead fish right here, you know. Well, we had some dead fish. I mean, the dead fish. We have, yeah.
And I live just a few blocks from
I'm gonna
it.
jump in the shadow over here.
We do get very attention to that.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Sal is asking what the big tubular pipes are that run from up in this area down into the water, and he's referring to the green pipes. Those are the rainwater runoff pipes for the downtown area. So when it rains, the water doesn't have anywhere to go in this part of town, so it goes into the ocean, the Gulf. Yes, Linda, it's worth getting excited over. It's beautiful. Now, if you're up at Vanderbilt Beach sort of seems to be the line of where it's gorgeous to the south, and it starts not being as nice going north. The good news is conditions are improving all the way up through Lee County. So thank you guys for watching. Sandy's over here talking to someone. Before we go, again, I just want to ask you guys to do us a big favor, and please go to youtube.com and subscribe to our channel, because we're going to start doing some lives on YouTube. If we do a live on YouTube and we don't do it on Facebook, we're going to come over to Facebook and let you guys know to jump over to YouTube. And but really help us grow that if you guys could. We would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to expand our footprint, and we would love to grow our YouTube page. So anything you guys could do to help us there, we would greatly appreciate it. And you can also do us a big favor by sharing these videos, and if you do go over to YouTube, please give our videos a thumbs up. That would be very, very helpful. Good morning, Alexandra. Have a good day, Virginia. Have a good day. Good morning, Chris from Germany. We have a nice German audience here, so it's really interesting. Huh?
It's nice and shady.
I'm telling you, this is my spot. This is my bench. Well, that's not my bench. This is my bench.
Yeah, but yeah, I heard.
But I can't sit on it. It's wet.
I was still home when you said
all
the
wet.
fence was wet and you didn't have a towel. I was still at home.
I cannot wait until it cools off, and I can come out here when it's like
Can I get one of those
60
seats?
degrees and no humidity with a nice breeze and just sit here.
Yeah.
Veg
It's on
out.
the ground.
Veg out.
Lay on the grass. So we got a new fan.
We got a new fan?
She said she thinks that she's seen us on the live before, but she hasn't subscribed. So I just gave her one of our cards and
Cool.
said subscribe.
She's out here a lot.
Yeah.
She's out here. I see her out here
She looks
periodically.
familiar, maybe because she's got the doggy, right? Is that why you remembered her for the little doggy?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she lives down the street.
Sal is asking, can I run over to Cosmos and get some pizza? Cosmos actually has really good pizza. We went over there with some friends. We have some friends who go there pretty regularly. And it's very, very good. Cosmos. I give
Probably not
Cosmos a
open
shout
yet.
out. Huh?
Probably not open.
Yeah, I doubt they're open right now. But shout out to
About-
Cosmos. They are very
about
good. That is some good pizza. And I think it was pizza that I had there.
He wants you to grab it.
No.
Sue's husband.
Oh,
Great
so
job.
Sue's husband is using Sue's account. I got it. Hi, Sue's husband. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for following. Sue has been around on this page seems like forever.
Yeah.
Sue is a
She's
great
like
supporter.
diehard. She's a good diehard.
Yeah, Sue's a diehard.
Sue, Virginia, Tom.
So
Mom.
it's funny. I've done this live now for an hour and 25 minutes.
I know.
And
That's a long time.
Boyd Jeffries. So hi Boyd, thank you Boyd for following. Here's the thing, when I got out here it was nice and cool, and now it's nice and sweaty and hot.
Yeah.
So it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, because I'm going to get sweaty some more.
Sandy's gonna go get sweaty. I'm gonna try and stop sweating. So, story of my life, she's gonna go work out and I'm gonna go sit down. So guys, thank you for watching, thank you for following, sharing, commenting, and do us a favor and go like us on YouTube, youtube.com, search Naples Photo Blog and give us a subscribe, thumbs up on those videos, greatly appreciate it. And we may do some lives on YouTube. We may even sneak one in tomorrow. If we do, we'll come over here and post about it so that you guys know how to get there.
And maybe if my biking excursions come out on my new toy, right here, that I can post a video of me on my bike. It won't be live, but it'll be live as it's happening.
Yeah, it
at
doesn't
the
have to be
time.
live.
And I can post that too, so you guys are
Perfect.
always asking about my bike rides.
There's her. She's gonna video her bike rides, which she has the nice new 4K camera. So
Yeah, it's a little loose. I gotta fix it.
yeah, you gotta tighten it up. All right, guys. Thank you for liking, following, sharing, commenting, and being a part of this page. We greatly appreciate it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, you had a great weekend.